has proposed renaming the Namma Metro as Basava Metro in honor of 12th century social reformer Basavanna. Basava, also known as Basavanna, was an Indian philosopher, poet and a social reformer associated with the Lingayat community. Let's go back to my colleague Neha for more on this. Neha, a big statement there coming in from the Chief Minister, who also, I believe, went on to say that if it was just a state project, he would have gone ahead and changed the name today itself, but because there is centre involved in it as well, this is something that he plans to propose.
Well, that's right. In fact, the Chief Minister there referring to one of the metro stations of Bengaluru to be renamed the Basava Metro. This has been a long pending demand now from the Lingayat community. The Chief Minister says that, of course, he would put this proposal now before the centre and, of course, convince them about the need for this metro to be renamed as Basava Metro in light of Basavanna's contribution, not just to the state of Karnataka, but, of course, to society at large. With this being said, remember, of course, the Chief Minister there was speaking at the closing ceremony of the Basava Abhiyan, or the campaign that has been undertaken by the Lingayat community and seers across the state of Karnataka, demanding a separate religion of, Lingayats. With this being said, it will really remain to be seen right now whether this is something that the centre would consider or whether this would become yet another flashpoint now between, the state and the centre.
Can you also tell us a little bit about Basavanna here, because he comes from the Lingayat community, so of course questions are going to be raised as to why, the Chief Minister wants to change the name. Can you tell us a little bit more about him and the importance of him in Karnataka and the politics there?
Well, absolutely. Of course, one may call this a massive Lingayat push there in the state of Karnataka, given that, the Lingayat communities, of course, have been rather upset now. As far as the Karnataka government here is concerned on a host of issues, the most recent one being the survey, of course, that's being carried out right now, or the internal reservation and a host of other issues. Of course, in a bid there now to appease and keep the Lingayat community happy, the tallest leader of the community there, Basavanna, of course, now likely to be honoured by the Karnataka government here. The Chief Minister, of course, saying that he would put this proposal now before the centre to, honour Basavanna and rename a metro station after him. But, of course, that's probably still for later, and we'll have to see if the centre accepts this proposal or if at all, again, it's going to become a political speaking point now between the state and the centre.
Have we got any reactions yet from other political parties on this announcement that has been made by the Chief Minister of Karnataka, Mr. Siddaramaiah, so far?
Well, of course, it remains to be seen how the BJP would, of course, react to this, given that the Chief Minister has just spoken about this. Now, we've not seen any political reactions coming in so far, but largely, of course, this isn't probably something that's going to face opposition here, given that, for long now we've been seeing attempts by all of the political parties in the state to try and keep the Lingayat community happy.
All right, Neha, thank you very much for the moment for joining us with your inputs on this story. We'll, of course, be coming back to you for more on this big story. Let's now move on.